Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. We are talking about a brand new product today that I actually received a few weeks ago and have been using sort of off and on depending on when I need it. And that is the Takesumi Detox Overnight Dry Shampoo from Kai Naturals. This retails for $32 and they just came out with it a few weeks ago, I believe at this point. They have two shades, one in brunette and one in blonde. And sort of the whole point behind this is something that you can use at night, put into your hair, and then you wake up in the morning and your hair looks like you've shampooed it even if you haven't. It also has a super unique application, and that's what makes it different from any other dry shampoo that's on the market right now in the natural beauty world at least. It's meant to replace those aerosol cans, which when I wasn't using Green Beauty I was actually a huge fan of. In fact, my favorite was the Oribe dry texturizing spray, so that's what I'm comparing this to because that's what I'm used to. So this is 100% natural. There are no synthetic fragrances, and then obviously there's not actually any aerosol gas or anything in this. It's just a unique application where if you shake it and then you apply it the way that they've created the product, it sort of sprays out just like an aerosol. Immediately off the bat, one difference you will notice is that it has a slightly thicker application than an aerosol product. It's not like a wet product, it's powder. If you read the main ingredients, they're all powder products. So it's like rice, tapioca, arrowroot, stuff like that, which you can see in other dry shampoos, but the difference is that there's a pigment to this one and there's a new application technique with this sort of can. So as I mentioned, how you use it is you go ahead and you shake it, you lift up your hair, sort of part it where you need to, and you spray it close to the root. I'm saying spray, but you use the powder close to the root. You can do sort of your part line, you can separate your hair and do the sides, and you do it at night before you go to sleep, and that way the product has all night to work. You can do this during the day, however they recommend for best results to give it at least 4 hours to work. I use it as sort of a texturizing spray now, so I don't really wait 4 hours for it to work, but definitely I notice that like the more it's in my hair, the more oil it absorbs, which is great. But if you use it overnight, the idea is that if you put it on, you'll wake up and your hair will look like you've shampooed even if you haven't the night before. I've tried using it overnight and I will say it is a little finicky trying to figure out the amount that you should add. If you do it overnight, the instructions say don't rub or like try and brush it through. So I put some on overnight, and when I woke up the next morning I must have applied too much because I could still see some of the powder in my hair. But I think that's just like trying to figure out what's the right amount for you. Although this is brunette, the powder is still white with a tint of brown, so it's still going to show up if you put too much in, but certainly not as much as the pure white dry shampoo, which I know a lot of natural dry shampoos are. So I think making it in two different hair colors is definitely a smart move. If you have darker hair, definitely go for the brunette color. I can't speak on the blonde color because I haven't tried it myself, but I would say the brunette works for my hair color. In fact, I have it in right now, and obviously you can't see it. If you have reddish hair, I would also go ahead for the brunette, because interestingly, something that's not described in the description is that there is a little bit of, I want to say, sparkle to the pigment that's in this. You can see it if it gets on your hands, or you look very closely at your hair, you can see like little reflections happening, and it's nothing that you'd really notice unless you're looking for, I guess I would say. It's very subtle, very soft. It's not like chunks of glitter in your hair, but the reflections do have a bit of a red tone, so if you have red hair, I think the brunette would work for you. So before getting off on that color tangent, I was talking to you guys about how I did try using it overnight, and I did notice that throughout the night it absorbed pretty much all of the oil that I had in my hair, and my hair was very dirty, so that was very impressive for me. On top of that, I didn't transfer anything to my pillowcase, which thank you to one of my subscribers for telling me when I tried this to use an old pillowcase just in case, because there is pigment in it. But I was lucky, nothing happened, nothing transferred, not even any of like the glitter or sparkle sort of fell out. So there's no mess to this product. However, during application, there can be a slight mess depending on how you apply it. So when I applied it to sleep with it overnight, I applied it like very close to my roots and sort of heavy-handed. And that obviously like stayed very close on the top of my head. And I sort of worked it in a little bit because I found that the closer you get to your roots with this, the more the product sort of clumps, and you do do need to work in a little bit so you don't just have a ton of powder sitting on top of your head. But if you use it throughout the day, like sometimes after I've styled, or like yesterday I actually washed my hair, so my hair's a little bit flat because I slept on it when it was a little bit wet, and I just felt like it was sort of sticking to my face. So before I hopped on camera, I actually did put a little bit of this just on the sides and my roots, just so that my hair would be a little bit more separated from the side of my head. And that can get a little bit messy, so I would always recommend doing it over like a sink, or don't do it if you're wearing super nice clothes. Do it beforehand, and that way when it sprays, if you miss a little, or if you spray too far away and some of the product falls before getting onto your hair, then it's not a big deal. In my opinion, I like to use this when I'm styling my hair, or like I did today when it's just looking a little bit flat. I don't know if I'm someone who would really use this consistently overnight. I think I'd probably rather just shampoo my hair, but certainly if you're in a pinch, this would be a great thing to bring with you, or if you're going camping or glamping, because this would definitely be a glamping product. You could bring this and avoid the shower for a couple of days. I'm definitely impressed by the concept of this applicator. I like that they're trying to get rid of aerosol sprays but still have that very even spray-like consistency, because I've used another dry shampoo that's all natural before, and it's something that you have to dump into your hand and like rub your hands together and then try and put in your hair, and obviously product is lost in between there and it just gets kind of messy, and sometimes you just don't want to use your hand for products like that. So I like that this could be a hands-free product. What I usually do is I shake it, like I said, I lift up parts of my hair, I spray it, and then I just sort of take my fingers and go like this just to like judge my hair a little bit around, and that seems to be enough for the product to integrate into my hair color seamlessly, and I don't see it. I did see it when I put too much that first time using it overnight. So like I said, you just need to sort of find the balance and figure out what works for your hair. But once you do, this is a great product. Another thing that I really like about this product is the scent. So the idea is also that it deodorizes your hair a little bit, so it makes it feel like it's clean and washed, and I would say that's true. It has a very fresh, almost baby powder-ish scent. It's very non-offensive. It's not something you really smell on your hair a lot, but it does feel like a very clean scent when you do smell it. I really like the scent. Like I said, it's not offensive. It's not super florally or anything like that. It's just a very mild baby powder scent. The applicator can get a little bit powdery and messy, so you might have to wipe it down a little bit, just because when the spray comes out, it tends to stick to the top and the white area. So sort of a summary, a wrap up of all the points. Overarching theme, I really enjoy this product. I think it's a nice dry shampoo to have in your arsenal of dry shampoos. I really like the application technique, although one con of it is that it can be messy depending on how close or how far away you spray the product. And obviously, if you're spraying it close, you're going to get more application from the product. If you're spraying it far away, you're going to get a lighter application, and I find that the heavier application doesn't soak in as easily, obviously, and the lighter application does soak in easily. So if you are planning to use this during the day, I would say spray the same distance you would use like a traditional hairspray, and you'll get that lighter application that's easy to work in. But if you are going to be using this as an overnight product, which that's totally fine, that is what this product is meant to be used for, then you can spray slightly closer and have a heavier application. And I did end up using my fingers just to rub it in a little bit, and that will help with sort of the white cast. But if you do put a lot on at night, don't worry too much about rubbing it in. In fact, it tells you not to, because it will soak in overnight, and if there's anything left over the next day, you can easily just brush it out or use your fingers again to sort of comb it through your hair, and that way the white will dissipate. I haven't had any instances of this transferring onto my pillowcase or anything like that, so I'd be curious to hear if you guys have had anything like that happen, or if you've tried this product and what you think of it. So far for me, it does get 2 thumbs up, because I really do enjoy using dry shampoo, and it's something that I've missed in this like natural beauty sphere, and I'm really happy that a product like this came out. I'd be curious also to hear how the blonde one works, and if the pigment shows up a lot or if it doesn't show up a lot. Certainly with the brunette one, it's a very mild pigment. It's not super dark, it's not super light, it's sort of in between, and it's just a little bit more tinted than your traditional powder dry shampoo. Alright guys, I hope you found that helpful in case you've been thinking about getting this product. As always, I've left a link to it down below for you to go and check out. If you do end up getting it, I'd love to know what you think and how you like using it. Thank you so much to Kai Naturals for sending me this product so that I could try out and review it for you guys. And as always, make sure to let me know any future video ideas down in the comments below. Alright guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. I will see you all very soon. Bye!